GrumpyCat 4chan update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. Not welcome back. I love y'all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, and subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon and smashing that super thanks button down below. And super chats as well. Also, become a member. There's lots of perks. And then this is rayfax.dth domain name. All right, we have a bunch of things to go over. In, I think, like 20 minutes into the show, I'll do the 4chan giveaway. So I'm going to try to get through as much of the news as I can before then, and then we'll go through that giveaway. And whatever news I miss, I will go over afterwards. Let's see what we got here. There's a lot of stuff. Okay, VeVe, I mentioned yesterday, was doing that. They're saying, on this World Environment Day, we're highlighting why VeVe digital collectibles are carbon neutral. That comes off the heels of them saying there's a common misconception that all NFTs are bad for the environment. So I'm really happy to see VeVe lean into that. Hey, we're carbon neutral, not bad for the environment. So pretty excited. Whale's doing whale things. All right, so Earth 2, yesterday, Shane Isaac had said, missed WWDC 23. Check this out. Apple also officially confirmed their partnership with Unity, the game engine they chose to provide the 3D app experience to Vision Pro. Not such a bad idea to be building on a global geolocational 3D metaverse in Unity, eh? Hashtag Earth 2. As I mentioned in the past, we'll see more hardware released to provide all kinds of amazing opportunities and experiences in the future, and for us, we'll just keep building a platform that the technology can connect when it's ready. Speaking of connecting, Earth 2 had partnered with Ready Player Me. VeVe, who's going to make our avatars? Well, the Ready Player Me are going to be the avatars. They will be interoperable. You'll be able to make one avatar in one area, and you'll be able to go to another. Heckin' amazing. Obviously, in the VeVeverse, all NFTs are welcome there, so it won't be any issue to go take some of my NFTs on Earth 2, bring them over to VeVeverse. The only question is, will some of the... I guarantee you some of them will be able to go to Earth 2, but not all of them. We don't know which ones. We'll keep you posted on that. Earth 2, as long as I'm on the Earth 2 train right now, we have another announcement from Shane that I'll go over real quick. I have so many screenshots. This is horrible. This is what goes into like a Chavez video. I screenshot all the important stuff, and then we go live after that. Okay, Shane Isaac says, we have never sent a mass email update to our entire user base, ever. Though still some time away, it's something we will likely do before officially launching Essence. Oh, thank you, Jesus. He's finally talking about Essence. For those of you that have played this game, that have gotten here, some of you are actually here because of Earth 2. I've been talking about this for almost 3 years now. It's been about 2.5 years. We didn't start getting Essence until last year, maybe like a year and a half ago. And we were told, yeah, last year we're going to get exchanges. And then came the bear market. And then came Russia invading Ukraine. And I honestly feel like that kind of might be going on through 2024. And then 2025, if you get, and I don't want to go too far down it, but if there is a shift in power, then maybe you'll see that war end. Dare I say, I don't know. But yeah, outside of that, we were delayed because of that. That's why Earth 2 is not launched. That's why Omi's not on a lot of exchanges. But talk about a little bit more on that in a second, or in a couple minutes. But they're teasing it now. I don't think we get it by the end of the year, but I definitely think we get it at some point within 1 year. So I would say in the next 6 to 12 months, we get an Essence launch, probably on Binance, not US, it's Binance International, because SEC is so freaking stupid and so freaking corrupt, and nobody respects them. More on them in a little bit. But it says, Shane goes on to say, so active players enjoy the less competitive rating days while it lasts. Hashtag Earth 2, hashtag Metaverse, hashtag food for thought. So, again, super excited about that. So we're going to go on and, yep, best friends, we got that. I still have a couple of things that are for sale. If anyone wants it, we'll go to the VeVe real quick. You go to the market and go to my listings. You have two Luke Skywalker rares. One is number 48. One is number 92. Why two at the same price? Well, one is a random one that's sub 100, listed for 415, which is like 80 gems lower than anything else. And the other is the lowest sub 50. And when I say that, it's number 48, so it's not the lowest listed, but it's the cheapest. The cheapest by like $800, so definitely go check those out. And then you have Riri Williams. She's only the cheapest by like 20. And then Black Panther, Sherry Black Panther, she's the cheapest by like 500. You do have Spidey 2099 listed at number 89, listed at 750. That is the cheapest sub 100 there. And then that is it. Moving on. We have updates. We were yep, okay. If anyone has a question for, I could show you on the VeVe app. If anyone has any questions on how to go and say, oh, hey, let's talk about, let's say VeVe Wheels. He's just the first one on the feed right now. And VeVe Wheels, and you say like, oh, how do I contact VeVe Wheels? All you have to do is press that add button to add to the feed. You're going to share a message and be like, hey, at VeVe Wheels, I like your stuff. Remember that episode of Hey Arnold when Gerald's talking to his little sister Timberly, and then he goes and he's selling watches at that time, so he's got a lot of money. He's like, hey kid, I like your face, and he hands her $1. I was just like, hey VeVe Wheels, I like your stuff. And then all you have to do is click share to feed. It pings them, they get a notification, and then they go and you could say like, hey, contact me on like Twitter or wherever, and then put your handle in there, and then they can go do that. For whatever reason, I guess I know a lot of people do know that, but not everybody does, I guess. So that's why I just wanted to go over that. By 100, Cardano, okay. Okay, so be advised that the lawsuit against Binance, at least Binance US, only affects Binance US, which only makes up about 2% of its volume, which is about 12 billion versus 250 million. Again, not a ton. So I would consider that, I wouldn't say that's a nothing burger, but I would say it's not as serious. Some people are trying to allege. You do have some people that are on one side that are saying, oh, okay, here it is. Here's the big Black Swan event. Get ready for Max Payne. And then you have other people that are just like, the market's handling this fairly well. Could other stuff come in conjunction with it? Sure. I mean, it did today, but again, the market's kind of handling it fairly well. I mean, unemployment is, I think, at like a 50-year low. And I get it. Those numbers can be completely skewed. Like, you have people that have given up looking for work. You have people that are considered employed when they're only employed part-time. Even the people that are employed full-time, let's say they're working as like a bartender, or they're as like a waitress, or they're just in that service industry staff, or maybe that's not the job that they want. That's really just the only job that they can get. So you do have numbers that can be skewed like that. But that being said, yeah, unemployment's fairly low. I don't think this, I mean, we've had like a pretty big, a lot of inflation, but I don't think what everyone was considering to happen. Remember how a few years ago, everyone's like, yo, Bitcoin's going to 150K, then it stopped at 69K? And then everyone this year on Bitcoin is at 15K. Yo, it's going to 11K, don't buy it. Yo, it's going to 9K, don't buy it. Remember how all of these people, everyone in TA, are drawing invisible lines for OMI and be like, oh yes, I totally believe that I see on the charts that OMI's going to 0004 or even 00035, and then like it didn't happen. It never went below 00055. Just something about that kind of makes me think, oh, hey, maybe when everyone is saying one thing, the opposite tends to happen. VeVe had released, or they had announced Maestro yesterday. So Maestro being another version of the Hulk. So we have the Bruce Banner Hulk version, the normal Hulk. We have Maestro Hulk that'll be dropping tomorrow, I think. Is that on the VeVe app yet? Let me see. I'm good, I'm feeling alright. Where am I? Okay, we're gonna go to VeVe, go to the drops, and yes, that will happen on June 7th. That happens in 14 hours, 50 minutes. So remember how last time Hulk was in the market for, I think, what did he come in? About 2 months and a week ago. So about 69 days ago, everyone comment nice down below for the 69. 69 days ago, Hulk was released. He was dropped, and he didn't sell out until last week. And, you know, he had 4,444 of him on there. And then they decided, like, okay, you know what? Hulk was a common. We're going to have Maestro be the uncommon. Maestro looks so good. He is 3,333. So, okay, who do we have next? Let's say it's Worldbreaker Hulk. Let's say Worldbreaker Hulk is the rare. And then you have him, it's like, okay, cool. He's going to be 2,222. And then let's say they have Gladiator Hulk as the next one. And then Gladiator Hulk as the ultra rare 1,111. And what's the next one we could have? Okay, Red Hulk. Maybe Red Hulk's a secret rare. And then you have 555. Again, if you have the common to the ultra rare, you will get airdropped that secret rare. And there are some people that are taking advantage of this. There are some people that know hey, even though the market is kind of down right now, I think bottom was hit like a month or so ago, but people are really getting ready for those airdrops. How? You have Hulk. You have who's this dude's name? Oh, Recur48 says, how much will 73 of these cost me? And he has 73 Hulk animals. People go really, really crazy on the blind boxes. My new whale that I've been advising the last, I don't know, like month and a half, gone VeVe crazy, and he never heard of VeVe before I came into his life. I'm pretty sure he has spent more in Omi and VeVe than I've saved him or made him. I mean, I make him a decent amount of money, but I think on top of that, I think he has 13 million Omi now, and when we got the rocket airdrops today from the Guardians of the Galaxy set, which he bought 20 blind boxes of those, only had one Cosmo, bought 2 other Cosmos, so he got 3 rocket airdrops because he had 3 full sets. He bought a 4th because he didn't get a sub 100. Like, Chavez, what are they doing to me? They didn't airdrop me a sub 100. I bought 20 of these things. I'm suing. I was like, just buy one. Like, and he's like, yeah, okay. And then he buys one. I was like, all right. So he gets one of those. Whale's going pretty crazy. Another whale that messaged me the other day showing me a photo that he has 14 green golden logos. That was pretty wild. He has, what does he have? 14. He has 4 of those are sub 100. Again, absolutely bananas. Part of the reason why I've been trying to sell some of my things is I'm trying to make big purchases as well, trying to compete with these whales. It's not working out. I can't keep up. They continue to outspend. Anyway, moving on here. We have some numbers on the unredeemed logos. The numbers that I think people will care about are 48, 50, 54, 61, 63, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 79, 83, 89, 90, and 94. Those are the ones that I think people will care about, and these are the gold and silver logos that are unredeemed. You have a bunch of these. You have 111. You have 111. I had to count those real quick. You have 111 of those that are unredeemed. They are out there, God knows where. So out of the 500, less than 400 of them are minted. Yeah, actually, less than 350 are minted because they keep the first 40 and they haven't. Yeah, so it's a good amount. My number 41 is still the best though. Just gonna throw that out there. Watcher Guru reports that FCC Chair Gary Gensler says we don't need more digital currency. He says that the yuan and the euro and the dollar, they are all digital and you don't need any more. This man is either one of two things. Either feckless and incompetent and absolutely has no idea what he's talking about, or he's just in bed with certain people that are telling him to say this, and he's saying this just because he's a lapdog, and one of the two, maybe a combination of both. There's no, he's not smart. Other than, all right, here's the picture of my man's, I shouldn't say that, my whales, I did not mean that. The picture of my new whales rockets, he has 4 of those. I think they're pretty cool. A buddy of mine messaged me this morning, says, I've bought 43 million Omi over the past 2 weeks, so I made this. Coins from market cap ranking 101 to 192, with Omi almost dead in the middle. You can see the massive lack of exchanges Omi has in comparison to its neighboring coins, and the volume is so low on Omi in comparison due to lack of access to the coin. It's nice to see that there are only 3 coins in this list that are also not on major exchanges, and Omi is at least $20 million market cap higher than both of them. Also, the only coin with comparable volume, which is under $1 million in 24 hours, is on all exchanges, so it's likely a dead project or a scam that failed, not sure. And okay, there we go. Omi is right there at 151, like 151 Pokemon. But yeah, it's just right there. Once we get some things, cooking, we'll fly. Also, the SEC is suing Coinbase, citing that the exchange is acting as an unregistered broker. Why is this laughable and ridiculous? Okay, when they had the IPO, why did the SEC allow it? When the government goes and they say, hey, we need to sell Bitcoin, where do they sell it? On Coinbase. This is the most hypocritical. This is why nobody respects the SEC. Absolutely no one respects them. Moving on here. Where are we at? Um, they calling Cardano security. I had friends messaging me that maybe weren't super staunch Democrats, but they were saying this has turned me into a lifelong Republican going forward. Like there are people that are just one issue voters, and when you have most of your wealth in crypto, the people that are trying to take your crypto away, take your crypto away, or say that we're going to tax the shiz out of this. Why would you vote for those people? And again, like there are people on the other end that say, oh hey, I'm going to vote purely for Democrats because they're for the environment and environment. Like so there's both of these on different sides. But if Democrats want to go and try to win this next election, you got to stop crapping on people with money. Like that's not a smart move, guys. All right, moving on. Where are we at? 10 U.S. states take legal action against Coinbase for violating security laws. Illinois, Vermont, Alabama, Kentucky, California, Maryland, Wisconsin, Washington, New Jersey, and South Carolina. Nobody cares about Jersey. Ooh, that looks nice. Moving on and keep moving on. All right, the first appearance of SPDR. I'm not going to lie. I should take this hat off. I have no idea who SP and DR are. Marvel's Edge of Spider-Verse 2014, number 5, features VeVe exclusive, rare and ultra-rare covers. I don't know this character or characters. I don't know what they are. But speaking of comics, VeVe had a pretty good day today over on the market. Spidey 2099 had sold pretty instantly. There were 10,000 of them at $7 each, so they made about $60,000. It's not a direct 70,000 one because they keep a bunch back. But shout out to VeVe for going and selling that out really quickly. There was for that comic tomorrow, it's going to be 5,000 editions. Again, the reason why I think they're doing that is because there are, in my opinion, I don't know that character. At least some of these characters that are out there, I at least know who they are, even if I've never read them. Yeah, I drawn a complete blank on that. Maybe it's a newer character. Yeah, I said 2014. I'll get to the GrumpyCat and 4chan stuff in a second. Oh my god, I'm almost 17 minutes on here already. All right. All right, the Guardians of the Galaxy poster. Weren't they supposed to send out those redemption codes a few days ago? Yes, they were. On May 31st, they were supposed to send out redemption codes. If you bought tickets on Fandango, made a reservation on Fandango, if you were selected, you were able to be emailed out codes that you could put in the promo code on VeVe, and you get a Guardians of the Galaxy poster. I thought that nobody had redeemed those yet, which is true. Nobody had redeemed those, but it's not because nobody did the thing. Julie, do the thing. It's a Legend of Korra reference. Comment down below if you get that. It was because they just haven't, Fandango and VeVe hasn't released those codes yet. Hopefully that happens in the next week. I'm anxiously awaiting. I think that poster is kind of cool. Yeah, moving on. Where was I? VeVe, VeVe has to know what they're doing, right? They have to know that this is going to spike a lot of innovation here, or just a lot of speculation. The other day, somebody had tweeted out, oh, hey, something Apple, something keynote. And Akomi, the official account, responded, with the eyes like, oh, yes, I wonder what else is to come. Like, what do you know? And then when Bob Iger came out, it's like, girl, I was freaking the freak out. Anyway, VeVe Digital Collectibles has posted today, vision for the future continues to get brighter. Hashtag WWDC23 in case you missed it. And the Apple keynote was there, and they posted that 2-hour link, and I was like, wow. I mean, the dev tools were handed out yesterday, so anyone can go in and build on that. And it's possible that you see VeVe on an app on the headset fairly close to launch. That won't launch until next year. I don't know how long it'll take to do that. Somebody with a lot of dev knowledge can go and let me know. But I think within a year after that gets released, you see VeVe app on there. That's going to look wicked awesome. Moving on. We have... somebody got wrecked in the Spider-Man Miles Morales. We're Englishing today. Spider-Man Miles Morales Ultra Rare. Somebody accidentally listed that for 30 doll hairs, and meanwhile the floor was 900 doll hairs. So yeah, when the floor is 30x above where you're posting, rip. Bad times for them. There's a glitch. I think there was a most recent update from some people There wasn't an update for Android because I don't have one. I'll show you real quick. If I go to the VeVe, VeVe, Akomi, and purchases, it just says open. There's no update. But what I wanted to go over is that a couple of people had updates. I don't know why some got others and others didn't, but in the update, it appears that on the burned editions for Captain America, when we had like thousands upon thousands burned, now it says for Captain America, which one is this? For the uncommon, you're supposed to have like a couple thousand burned. Now only 26 are burned. Same thing with the Captain America common, where you're supposed to have, again, thousands burned. There's only 48 burned. Same thing with the rare, you're supposed to have thousands burned. Only 4 are burned now. What happened with that? I don't know. Hopefully VeVe pays attention and they're like, hey, this isn't right. Because I don't think you can take stuff out of the burn wallet and suddenly unburn it. So yeah, curious about that. More whales. Oh, I'll get to the 4chan stuff in like 2 minutes, I promise. And GrumpyCat. All right, whales. We have one whale message me, hey, look at this stack. And it is of the first appearance of Silk, so it's Amazing Spider-Man number 4. This dude has 557 of them. Holy crap on a cracker. Now, granted, it's only like a $3.50 floor for each one, but that's so much. That's just lunacy. That's thousands of dollars. Let's see, 100 of those, 300. All right, that's not thousands. It's like $1,600, give or take, but still, that's still pretty wild. Let me go and... where is it? I don't know if I have it here. Okay, so also Walter Bloomberg, who has 655,000 followers over on the Twitter, reports the U.S. SEC files motion for restraining order to freeze Binance U.S. assets. Court filing. I'll repeat that again. The U.S. SEC, again, why nobody respects them, files a motion for restraining order to freeze Binance U.S. assets. They are literally trying to take your money. This is why you should not have any of your funds, any of your crypto on any exchange. You have that on a trust wallet, you have that on a ledger, you have that on somewhere where people can't just freeze it and suddenly you lose your crypto. That's robbery. That is freaking mind-boggling. I hate this government sometimes. Like, both parties sometimes. It's wild. Anyway, sorry about that. All right, so pro the Doge, and here's where I'm getting into the meme coins here. Pro the Doge had posted this morning that he was with, where's he at? Girl, where you at? He is with, okay. Good to see all the homies, some good men. I even got to meet Shibtoshi SG. A lot of y'all might not know this, but he put $8,000 into Shiba Inu in 2020, and he hit $5.7 billion in 2021 bull run. And just like me, he didn't sell. Diamond hands runs in the blood. What is Pro the Doge doing with all these people and Shib and Saitama and all this? Okay, well, I don't know, but I mean, when you have Pro the Doge constantly teasing tier 1 law firm for GrumpyCat and constantly teasing exchanges for GrumpyCat, and then, oh, hey, the 6th largest holder for Pepe is now into GrumpyCat, and they say, oh, hey, here's a wallet that has a lot of Saitama that also has GrumpyCat. I don't know, but you're probably thinking if you have a couple neurons firing together, same as me, something big is coming for GrumpyCat. Probably many things are coming for GrumpyCat. And every time Pro the Doge has a status, and even though I've talked to him on Spaces or whatever, be like, yo, 4chan. I always go and say, like, hey, he's like, which meme coin should I go in? I was like, hey, psst, you should do 4chan. And every now and then he's like, haha, okay. But he just hasn't announced it yet. I don't know if he has actually done it yet. Speaking of the 4chan, we are about to do a 4chan giveaway. All right, this was put together by the 4chan community. Where are we at here? I got a message. I won't say from who. It says, hello, mate. Hope you're good. I promise it's a safe link. I've tested and tried it. Sent it to many people. What we're doing is just a wheel of names. I go and push a button, and then it goes, and then a name will pop up, and they will be given a certain amount of 4chan tokens. I don't know how much. Like $40? Something like that. Yeah, but every time they reach, and we're probably going to do another one this week because every single time they go and they get another like $1,000 or $2,000, they go and they do more giveaways. I talked to Pro the Doge about this, saying like, hey, we should do this, and it's in the Telegram group, it's in the secret chat, that they're going to try to do this as well. Every time they raise a certain amount of money, certain amount of capital, got to give back to the community, and they do that. So just appreciate it. Thank you. 24 hours now. It'll close. Yep. So it's closed already. I'll get the names. There'll be a random wheel generator, which I got. The person who messaged me said he won't be awake for this because he's in England. That's why it says mate. Damn English. No, I love them. Any problems shouldn't be. Just message someone and I'll send it to him. Oh, and he also says, Randy, please, can you mention about the donation we just received? So even though GrumpyCat, let's say, has Pro the Doge and me and a bunch of other people that are going and donating to the war chest so we can get on exchanges, so we can get on that legal, get that tier 1 law firm, multiple exchanges, advertising, whatever. Again, there's the beautiful thing I like about 4chan as well as GrumpyCat is like there's the devs are 4chan. There is no dev. It is 100% community driven. For GrumpyCat, yeah, you have a lot of people that are kind of pushing for it because we really like it. We like the memes. But 4chan, and again, this is the power of community. And this is, I've always said last 2 weeks or so that, hey, I think GrumpyCat will moon first because it has a lot of backing. The exchanges have already been teased. And, they want the tier 1 law firm. They want all this done. And they're doing it. But 4chan, the community is just like, hold my beer, Leroy Jenkins. And why do I say that? Is because some mad lad had donated about 5.5 ETH today, which was about $10,000. So yeah, the 5.5 ETH that they had donated, they're up to $10,000 now, or maybe that's 5.5 ETH total. No, I think it was just one thing. They would receive 5.5 ETH, $10,000, in for one donation. That was for one person. So I might have been wrong, and maybe 4chan gets on exchanges before GrumpyCat. I don't know. Like, again, I talk with both these communities. I thoroughly enjoy them. I don't know which one's going to go up first. Like, when you're talking about VeVe and Omi, okay, well, they're both going to go up. Which one's going to go up first? And you just don't know. So we're going to take a look at this wheel of names here. I'll show you on my telephono. All right, let me go in. All I got to do, all I want to do, I'm going to spin this, and then right here, a name will be called out. All I want to do is see you turn into a Super Saiyan, a Super Saiyan. I want to be a dad who gets to see his kid turn into a Super Saiyan. That is Reggie 00007. So you got Reggie. Oh, I'm going to screenshot that. Reggie 000007. That is Reggie with 5 zeros and a 7. All numerals. So shout out to Reggie for that. And I think that's it. I mean, I guess we're going to do other giveaways because now we got a whole bunch of donated. We got $10,000 in the war chest just from one person. So I'm pretty excited about that. Also, I'm going to be doing, when I say giveaways, on VeVe, because they're considered assets, you can't exactly transfer from one to another. But you are going to be able to go and say, oh, hey, I'm going to list X for, X amount of dollars. Let's say you list a Spider-Man or you list a Marvel Mighty. You list something for like $1. So that's what I'll probably start doing. I do have a really big purchase I have to do inside of 3 weeks. It's going to be like 2.5 weeks. Hopefully, if I can sell some of the stuff that is on my VeVe app, I can go and get that done, get that purchase done, and then I'll start doing the giveaways. But until then, give me a little bit. So that was it for that. Comment, and again, they'll be doing GrumpyCat giveaways as well. And we'll be doing some VeVe stuff also. It's just everyone can get the snipe. We're gonna get to comments though, because I've been talking for about a half hour. I didn't even get through all the news. I'll save some of the rest of the news for tomorrow. Yeah, we got oh man, I didn't even get through. Whew. I got through maybe half of it. I got a lot more to go through. But again, we'll save that for tomorrow, and we'll go to the comments. Super says, I am only here for Earth 2. Dude, exchanges when Earth 2 comes. Again, I got 40,000 essence. I'm ready to go. Would I love it this year? Absolutely. I would immediately sell a quarter of them. Because I want more Omi, I want to pay for stuff. But see, when Earth 2's essence won't be launched until next year, how much money are we all going to have? I mean, Omi will definitely go up by that point. GrumpyCat will go up again. I think GrumpyCat goes up before anything else. But again, because the 4chan war chest just got super pumped by one mad lad, I don't know. Now you got some stuff in the chest, and again, that can become a snowball when you have someone say like, hey, we're gonna list on an exchange, or we get to be advised with exchanges. You don't have you have a listing fee, sure. Sometimes it's waived, sometimes it's not. But you also have like liquidity you need to give them. Like, hey, we need to have X amount of thousands of dollars, like tens of thousands of dollars worth of liquidity. But once you're able to get that, and suddenly you go from, well, I can't even say that because I think for the past 4 days, GrumpyCat has had higher volume than Omi. So exchanges are probably going to want to list just for that. When you have something like 4chan, which has a couple 100,000 each day, so it's doing okay. You're probably going to want to have the exchanges before you get the volume, because that's usually what's going to happen. But for something like GrumpyCat, again, I could really picture some exchanges just going and renegade listing just so they can get those fees. We've had that with Omi as well. We've had a couple of exchanges renegade list. They're like, we're not waiting. We just want the fees. So that's fine as well. But yeah, for Earth 2, when that goes, when that lists, Omi, GrumpyCat, and 4chan have gone up by that point. I have a butt ton of money, and I'm gonna buy all the essence. I'm gonna catch up to Arya Realty. He's got a lot. I don't think I'll catch up to him. He has like 1 million essence. Also, I'm gonna show everyone a quick way to support the channel. It's by smashing the like button. Super grateful if y'all did that. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna drink some water. Water is the beverage. All right. XGI says, I think so, super. Randy NR1FA. Meow, meow. Bill Garner says, when Chavez 2099. Dude, I can't wait. I wish I could find that Twitter post that I tagged them in, but I can't. It disappeared. I don't know why. I feel like I would need to lose a little weight, lose a little around the middle, and then try to get them arms. But it's it's slow going. I'm not 20 anymore. Not even 25 anymore. It's slightly harder in your 30s than it was when you're in your mid 20s. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Wes says, I'm only here for VeVe and Omi. Not Earth 2. We'd have both. Vance Legstrong says, does this guy ever give away free things? Yeah, lots of times. I mean, now it's harder because we don't really do transfers, but yeah, I used to do them every week. And I will start to do it again after this next big purchase. Bill Gardner says, I'm here for both. Yes, free, not brown natural advice. Drew says, get that essence, Randy. Earth 2. Yeah, of course. 40,000 of it. Ready to go. Wes says, non-financial alpha. Never financial alpha. Bill Garner says, E2, let's go. Let's get this bread. I love this game. We got a super chat coming in from Paul Johnson. Says, thank you for always supporting the army. $4chan. Let's go. Let's get it. I don't know why I made the D Generation X sign. You remember that back in the day? I remember in like the late 90s, even like mid 2000s, everyone would just be like in the halls at school, like, and then suck it. That was oh, those are good times. Oh, those are good times. But yes, thank you so much, Mr. Paul Johnson, for the donation. I will 100% continue to support the 4chan army. Paul Johnson, you would really enjoy the video I made. When was it? It was, let me go to my YouTube studio, and I'll go to my content, and then I'll go to my videos. It was 4 days ago, how my military and 4chan experiences led me to buying 4chan token and getting behind the project. There was a moment in time where 7 years ago, it was actually 7 years ago, like 1 week ago, this happened, where I'll go over a brief Cliff Notes version. ISIS comes out with a training video 2 days after Harambe dies. Like, you know how in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, where Thanos doesn't really come to Earth until Odin passes away, because he's scared of Odin. In that same way, ISIS knew they couldn't do anything until Harambe was gone. I think this was an inside job. Anyway, 2 days after Harambe is tragically struck down and Earth loses her favorite son, ISIS released a new training video, and we get an email about it, like, hey, new training video, and I was like, oh, you guys are late. I'm already on 4chan. I'm already watching this, and it's laughable. It's like, the training videos the like recruitment videos that I used to put out were absolute trash. They were absolute a steaming pile of dog poop because they were not well made at all. Um, and then these like mad lads, I think they call themselves weaponized autism, that had gone on 4chan and they were just like, yo, I think we know where this is. Like they see like they're not oil towers, they're like electricity lines, like power poles and other buildings. And so I go to my account, I was like, hey, I think I know where this training video was shot. And she's like, no, you don't. I was like, no, like look. So I show her like the 4chan website. And she's like, what is this? I was like, ma'am, I am this is ignore all like the racist stuff that you see and just look at this. And she's like, this is like, who are these people? I was like, I was like, well, like they call themselves weaponized autism. She's like, I was like, and she's like, don't like waste my time. I was like, yes, ma'am. Um, and then eventually someone that had pinged a Russian TV correspondent had gone on and they had ties with the Russian military, and they had pinged him, and he had reported on it, and the Russians was like, yo, let's crush these fools with an iron fist. And they turned him into red mist, like Thanos now. Like it was wild. It was an insane day. And I was like, no freaking way. And then I go, my cat did like, you like Krabby Patties though, use Squidward. And she's like, what? I was like, they bombed the training camp. She's like, what? And I was like, yeah, told you. Dude, I would have gotten a medal for that if like they had listened to me, but you know, I'm always gonna tell that story with great pride because I feel like one of those dads that are just like, you know, they're in their 40s, like, oh, I could have been an athlete if I didn't hurt my knee. You know, I feel like I could have been a war hero if Captain listened to me. How many stories are like that? Anyway, moving on. Bogards, E2, let's go. Vance Like Strong says, what is 4chan token? So it is a community-driven token where 4chan's king of the memes, man. This guy Darnell used to serve with. He was king of the gingers. 4chan, king of the memes. That's where all these memes originate. Like, do you remember? You remember in this is before the 2016 election. This has been going on for like 15 years now. Am I that old? 4chan's been around for a while, and in the midst of the B board is the birth of Pepe. Like y'all know this Pepe token that's causing everyone super high gas fees as everyone and their sisters trying to freaking trade Pepe. He was the original meme. He was like the sad frog. I mean, he's not like Bad Luck Brian. He wasn't that OG, but he's like the original meme of 4chan. Like every time like something bad happens, like, oh, Pepe, sad frog. And you know, people on 4chan are like trolls, and you know, they're little dittida. And a lot of them are incels, but they're really funny, and some of them, like, I don't know, some of those things are, oh, you might, you know, you ever watch Falcon and Winter Soldier, when Baron whatever his name is talking to Falcon and Winter Soldier, and then Winter Soldier's like, what? And then Falcon's like, he's out of line, but he's right. Like a lot of times that's 4chan. It's like they're way out of line, but damn it if they ain't right sometimes. Yeah, so they they have this thing where they call other people like normies, people that don't understand internet culture. So whether they're like Chads, whether like people that just, you know, aren't inside every single day and they, you know, live life, they call these people normies. And there's a lot of old people that are like normies as well, they don't understand technology. And a decent amount of people on 4chan, some of them a little bit racist. And I don't want to say this. You can I like a lot of what Trump had done, and what continues to do. I think the country would be pretty okay if he got elected. Now that being said, there are some other people like the 4chaners and like other people that also like Trump. So they started using Pepe the Frog, this 4chan, in like 2016. It's like, oh yeah, Trump says some really wild stuff out of left field. Let's get behind him just because he's memeable. And they started throwing Pepe around everywhere. And whenever some like normie would say something, and they would be like, "Oh, why are you guys doing that? Like, why would you say that?" And everyone would comment like, "Kek," you know, like "Ha," and it just came this like self-fulfilling like cycle of hatred and hilarity, and people started making signs, and this, I don't know if it ever became a religion. On like, I don't know if anyone remembers not Let's Play Pokemon. It's Twitch Plays Pokemon. Where Twitch Plays Pokemon like 2014 or 2015, one of those years. I think it was 2014. They accidentally try to use the Helix fossil all throughout the game. So the Helix fossil became the fastest growing religion to ever hit 20 million followers. Like it reached 20 million followers in like 6 days. And I think Kekistan was trying to do that as well. Oh, it's Pepe from Kekistan, Kek from Kekistan. And they would have all these signs, be like, death to the normies. And then in a Hillary Clinton campaign speech, she started like poking fun at these guys. And she's like, oh, and now they have this Pepe character. And then somebody in the audience goes, Pepe! So 4chan has been extremely influential, extremely hateful, extremely hilarious. And I love every bit of them. I love every single one of those. Even the people that are just like, hey, you know what? F you, you're brown. You know what? I love you too. You gotta love everyone. And they're just, it's the wild, wild west of the internet. And, you know, as good as Pepe did, you know, 4chan has the chance of being just a little bit bigger because you have all these other, you can find out what other meme coins did and how it didn't work. And like, okay, let's learn from their mistakes, and let's do that. So, yeah, I totally, because this is the OG. Yeah, got 7K in the GrumpyCat right now. But as that goes up, you can be damn sure a decent amount will go into Pepe, and obviously a decent amount will go into VeVe and Omi as well, and Earth too, because you know that what I believe will be the bread and butter in the metaverse. Anyway, Vance Like Strong, that was with the 4chan token. Thomas Byram says, "What's up, Randy? Yo, what up, Thomas?" Omar Exodia says, good evening, and thanks for the shout-out yesterday. Oh, of course, Omar, of course, of course. Cool Mo says, Apple and Disney coming through yesterday. So pumped. You have any idea how many people messaged me yesterday? Like, yo, Chavez, does this mean that, you know, VeVe's going to be on Apple headset? And, well, directly from that, no, but yes, at some point, you will see VeVe on there. Again, even if it's not from VeVe himself, when you have those dev tools that are out for anyone to use, one way or another, VeVe's going to get on that headset. I'll bet my bottom dollar on that. Also because, again, if Disney's going on there and literally talking about this stuff, damn sure VeVe's going to be on there. And, you know, there's that speculation that Apple could very well buy Disney. Apple could very well buy VeVe at some point, not right now. Well, VeVe's not for sale right now. But at some point, say in the next couple of years, it's possible that Apple buys Disney. Oh my God, that'd be amazing. That would be too wonderful. Anyway, Thomas Byram says that comic is still yours. Oh, well, thank you, Thomas. Thomas, I have. Thomas is such a good dude. He, I was talking about buying a Gwen Stacy comic book the other day, and it was for a super cheap price. It was rare. For those that don't know, you know, when a comic is released in real life, let's say big book, when it's released in real life, you have different covers, you have different variants, and you know, so you know there'll be different artwork. Some will be similar, some will be completely different, but there are different artworks out there in the real world. And what I find so undervalued is the rare and ultra rare covers on VeVe. They're VeVe exclusive artworks. Like, they didn't exist before VeVe. They exist solely because VeVe willed it to be so. So I was looking at a rare low mint Gwen Stacy copy. It was like 125 or something like that. And I was like, no, I shouldn't. And then I go to look at it again. I was like, who bought it? And then Thomas is like, guess who? I was like, ah! I'm super happy for him. Enjoy it. He does say when transfers come back at some point, I could totally buy it from him. Definitely for a fair price. I'm not going to allow you to just give it to me. I will buy it from you. But yeah, good times. Skinny Pete says, Big Daddy Chavez. That is probably one of my favorite nicknames I've ever received. Shout out to K Collections for giving me that. Bill Gardner says, love how future Bitcoin miners sent a tweet towards the SEC. Psst, we're selling unregistered security printing machines. F banks and F the SEC. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Mike Gazillion says, SEC versus Comey LTD coming up? No, there's no way. Like, why? Like, why would that ever be? Why would that be a thing? We're not on any exchanges. Yeah, there's no way they'd be coming. Like, again, who did they name? they named Cardano, they named Binance. They even named Axie Infinity and uh what are those? They Axie, God, what are the other two that Sandbox's Sand and Decentraland's Mana. Those don't even make sense. Like SEC is just grasping at straws here. They've never won a meaningful case. They're losing that case versus XRP. XRP whooping their butt. Yeah, this again, this is why nobody respects them at all. Man's like Strong says Coinbase just got sued. Brought that up. Man's like Strong says, when in history did people get the jobs they want? Well, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I shouldn't say me. I've had this. I'm very lucky. You ever see that episode of BoJack Horseman when they're talking about Todd? Like, oh, you're continued to fall upwards. Like he makes mistakes and just happens to just land in higher and higher positions. That's kind of what I've done throughout most of my life. I just fall into things, but when I fall upwards. It's not because I'm that smart. I mean, maybe a little smart, but I don't know. There's a lot of people that I think are definitely a lot smarter than me that just are in jobs that they don't like. It's like, well, why don't they just get YouTube shows? Why don't they just get I don't know. Again, I just get very lucky. But no, I mean, if you're going to school and if you're going to school for something, you have, well, I shouldn't even say that because I think more than half of college graduates don't have a job in the degree that they graduated in. But I will say this: the college graduates that have X degree, greater than 10% of them are working in the field that they graduated in, and you're not going to go to school for something unless you want to work in that field. So I would say there's a decent amount of the population that is working at least in the field that they want to be in. So I will say that. Might not be the exact job they want, but I will say that. Matt G says, damn, Diablos are a bargain. Doge Nation says, I farted. Dude, I love you guys so much. General69 says, nice. Oh, I love you guys. I gotta take a picture of that. Go to Snapchat. Go to the I farted. I love you guys. I love you guys so much. Where was I here? Cadius Majoris says, I read Cooper and Kirk Operation Choke 2.0. Not worried about SEC. I don't think too many people are worried about SEC. Oh my God. Well, it's out. Okay, hold on. Good. Oh my God. Man, oh God. All right, we're gonna get to that. Never. J-Tam says, what do you think of the Rocket Mighty? I really like him. I got number 744, which is not a really good one, but you know what? I'm also gonna lose master rank because I'm selling so much for what's that called? The big thing. Let me see. I don't know why Cosmo is listed higher than Rocket when I go to my my thing. I don't know why the Fantastic Four holiday card is like the one that shows up first. I don't understand that. I know there's not a lot of them. Was there 616 of them? Which means 526. So $43 each. I got got 3 of them. Maybe I should sell one. But yeah, Rocket, I like him. 744. He's only 162, which is really surprising because he is by far the scarcest Marvel Mighty. And yeah, the scarcest Marvel Mighty, you have Namor, Shuri, Spidey 2099. Now Spidey 2099 has more mints, but they're all above Rocket in price. Actually, no, Namor might only be like 120 something. But Shuri's above him in price, and Spidey 29 is above him in price. So you think the scarcest Marvel Mighty should get a little bit more, and this is not. There's only 814 of him. So what I really, really like is that Cosmo was 850. And Rocket has only 814. So what does that mean? That means there were 36 people that did not listen to the real Randy Chavez, and they had sold before that time. They didn't hodl. They didn't. Yeah. That's Anyway, moving on here. Where was I? GrumpyCat. GrumpyCat, what are they feeding you? Sorry, moving on here. Kevin Carney says, 4chan family, what's up? E-Dub says, 4chan family, let's go. V-True, 1989, you're born the same year as Taylor Swift, saying, let's go. 4chan token, 4chan moving. Oh, so this is why I also love 4chan. Taylor Swift had a competition one day saying, like, hey, whatever school in America gets the most votes, I'll do a concert there. So what did 4chan do? They decided to like, not hack it, but they decided to make bot accounts, whatever, and vote for a school for the deaf. So Taylor Swift had to do a concert. I don't even know if she did the concert. It was a concert for, it was like 4chan. That was freaking great. That was amazing. They've had, yeah. I love them. Iceman says, let's go 4chan token. Flamingo Z says, 4chan to the moon. Iceman, yo, a lot of 4chan love in here. Gotta love them. V-Rose, 4chan token. 4chan movement. Hashtag 4chan fan. 4chan army. Topsicle says, GrumpyCat, let's freaking go. Dude, these meme coins are going to make us so freaking rich. Allegedly. You know, not financial advice. Bogart says, it's Penny from Into the Spider-Verse that had the robot. Oh, okay. All right. Well, I have not seen that yet. That's my bad. Doge Nation says, when GrumpyCat exchanges? I mean, honestly, it probably should happen already. I would say before the end of the month. Before the end of the quarter, you will probably have a GrumpyCat exchange or 2 or 3 or more. Yeah. Garden says, I made a Fandango ticket purchase. We'll see. Get it. Adam D is here for 4chan, but I also enjoy your take on things. Oh, why, thank you. Hit the subscribe button. Subscribe. That'd be really cool. You know, it's a free way to help support the channel. Iceman says, yeah, Randy's a real one. Hashtag 4chan. Oh, why, thank you. Iceman says, wow. Iceman says, still, that's a lot of buttons pushing. Adam D. What up? Paul John says, 4chan will lose 3 zeros. Mark my words. Yeah, I mean, what? It's like a $2 million market cap. So, that would, yeah, we'll lose a couple zeros. 20 million, 200 million. Yeah, it's possible. Yeah. Well, 3 zeros would give it 2 billion. That's a lot. You know, but, you know, who knows? Anything can happen. Be True 89 says, let's go 4chan. Iceman, Adam D. Everyone's saying 4chan. Everyone's here for that. Iceman says, yep, it was a $40 giveaway. So congrats to Reggie 000007 for winning that $40 hairs. Cool Mo says, hashtag 4chan. What's up, Cool Mo? Adam D says, every $1,000 will be a giveaway. So we're gonna have like giveaways every day now. Okay. Oh my god. Oh, okay. Oh my god. That is the most, yeah. Oh, fudge. Sorry, one second, guys. Most. I'm sorry. Oh, okay. Jesus. All right, moving on here. She's a 4chan community. Adam D says, we're at approximately 12,500, 13,000 right now. Okay. Oh, so we got. Let's go. I love this game. Let's go, 4chan. Paul John says, let's go, 4chan army. Iceman says, let's go. Smarty Pants says, what's good? A little late to the stream. 4chan, let's go. Yeah, dude, a bunch of my whales have a bunch of GrumpyCat and a bunch of 4chan. We're not freaking selling. We're not freaking selling. Dude, so before you get, like, if you're new here and you don't know me, I feel like Alex Jones, where he's on Joe Rogan Experience, like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of retarded. Not like that. Well, maybe, like, all right, so you know that scene from Wolf of Wall Street where Leonardo DiCaprio, he's just said, I think he says, like, I'm not selling, right? Or I'm not leaving. He's like, I'm not leaving. So I was like doing that randomly one day, like in the car, like I was just reacting that scene, like, I'm not freaking leaving. And then as I do that, I like look over and there's this girl, like, and I was like, it was just, so just be advised, this is who you're listening to right now. Flamingo says, woo, Reggie. Big A says, no exchange is going to list GrumpyCat without a rebrand, especially with the owner of copyright sending cease and desist letter and has a history of suing and winning. Yeah, you can't. Who are they going to sue on a community-driven token? Again, the tier 1 law firm is not there like for our health. The tier 1 law firm is not there for just so we can not do what we plan to do. The tier 1 law firm is there so we could do things that we do want to do in ways that we want to do them. Vitro says, congratulations on the 4chan win, Reggie. Iceman says, congrats. Big A says, Ben Token was blocked on Uniswap, a Dexter trademark, and wasn't allowed to trade until their rebranded logo. Just because they found a lawyer to take their money doesn't mean they have a case. I would definitely say, I mean, again, maybe, I don't know what the conversations are like between the tier 1 law firm and the people behind it. If the tier 1 law firm says, oh, yeah, you're going to need a rebrand, okay, we'll do it. It's just such a gray area in crypto because it's like GrumpyCat doesn't own feline dwarfism. Like, you can't own a disease. And that's what GrumpyCat had. The original, I think the name was Tartar Sauce, had a version of feline dwarfism. I've seen other cats similar to GrumpyCat. I worked in the veterinary field for 9 years. It's not uncommon to see that every now and then, especially if you work there for nearly a decade. So there's, I think it's kind of a gray area. I don't think they can block them. Again, this is my very, very basic understanding of the gray area that is crypto and IP. But I would say, listen to the tier 1 law firm. These guys are experts in the field as much as you can be. I am not worried about the GrumpyCat. I'm pretty, what's the opposite of not worried? I'm not the opposite of worried. Pretty not worried about GrumpyCat. Paul Johnson, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for always supporting the army. $4chan. Let's freaking go. Let's freaking go. Adam D, give me those thumbs up. Thank you. Stan says, as Disney goes ham in the metaverse with Apple, will they pull VeVe along for the ride? Thank you. Well, okay. What we know, when Bob Iger was in, things were pretty heckin' good. What we also know, when Bob Chapek was in, things, got a little dicey. When Bob Iger was asked about the support that Chapek had for the Don't Say Gay bill and the support that Chapek had for, or lack of support for whatever bills, and when Bob Chapek had basically just asking about Bob Chapek's stuff, and he says, oh no, the CEO should be outspoken and should be there for his people and should be there, for the workers and, solidarity. And then as soon as Bob Chapek goes in and says something, it's all this backlash, and you have the anti-Disney peeps, and like Little Mermaid is not doing so well because they continue to make these, like, again, be who you want, go and have people don't like it when Hollywood whitewashes characters. Like when they made Bane a South Central American brown person and they made him Tom Hardy. I like Tom Hardy. He did a fine job. He did okay. He got really jacked for it. But you couldn't find like a taller than 6 foot brown person that had muscles. Like you couldn't find one. It's just people didn't like it when they did that. So why are people surprised when you're taking a lot of traditionally white characters and you're making them black? It's like, okay, there are plenty of amazing black characters that you just have. Okay, when you have, let's say, Green Lantern. If they make Hal Jordan black, that's stupid. Why? Because there's already a Jon Stewart. Jon Stewart is a black Green Lantern. Like there's already so many of these characters that you have that are black, and you're not using them. You're using characters that are white, particularly redheads, and you're making them black. Like this is I do not understand. Every now and then, sure, cool. Do if you have a fine actress, cool. But there are already such amazing black characters and sometimes brown characters when you have like Bane, and that I just feel like they're not being utilized. Anyway, we're getting a little off the topic. What was I saying here? Okay. When you have Bob Chapek get crucified and is kind of forced to leave, and then Bob Iger comes in and was asked the same exact questions that he had told Bob Chapek to answer. The same exact questions that got Bob Chapek crucified. They're asking, hey, what do you think about all this? And it's like, oh, it's not my position as CEO to, like say anything. And he shuts up about it. He doesn't answer the question. He called Chapek out for not saying something. Chapek goes and says something, gets crucified. Bob Iger comes in, shuts his mouth, and doesn't say a word. That is the most gangster move I've ever seen from a CEO. That is just stone cold, just shot him, told him to suck his toes. I'm going to say that about 1,000 times. I'm very happy that is the CEO of Disney. King of making deals. Him and Trump. King of making deals right there. And when you go and you take someone like that, and he fires Disney's metaverse team, Bob Chapek is not incompetent. He's very competent. He knows what he's doing. I think that Bob Chapek can see that Mark Zuckerberg is going and they're spending $25 billion a year on their metaverse. I think he sees that Microsoft is spending everyone comment nice down below with $69 billion they'd paid to Activision Blizzard in order to go and for them to build their metaverse. Same thing with Sony and Bungie, paying a couple $2 billion to get Bungie, the creators of Halo, to build their metaverse. Bob Iger is not anti-metaverse. I'm pretty sure Bob Iger was just anti-Chapek. And who made the metaverse team? Originally, it was Chapek. So just by following these breadcrumbs, just by following these lines, I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to say that after what Elon Musk did, where he goes and you see more updates with Twitter now over the past 6 months than you ever have in the entire time that Twitter's been alive. After Elon Musk goes and fires thousands, 10,000 people of his staff, and he's doing more with less, that gave the courage to all the other CEOs to do the same and to make Musk the scapegoat, saying, oh, well, Musk did it, I'm just doing the same thing. So you could have it where Bob Iger's just cutting the fat, and he's like, we don't need a metaverse team, not ready for that yet. Maybe Disney doesn't want to be number one. Maybe they don't want to be first to market. Maybe they can be second, third, fourth, eighth, whatever. Doesn't matter. They're Disney. They can catch up. Or you could take a look at it and say that, okay, maybe he just doesn't like Chapek's people and he wants to go with Apple. Apple has a whole multi-trillion-dollar market cap. There's almost no better company to run your metaverse or to help build your metaverse than Apple. The only other thing that I'm thinking of could be Cavernous. Cavernous already builds the VeVeverse, so they're building metaverse for VeVe. They help building the metaverse for Meta, which again, so the technology that they're using, the technology that they're doing, there are some things that Cavernous is doing that no other company can do right now. It's groundbreaking. So does Disney take VeVe along for the ride? With Bob Iger, with them having a very good relationship, again, watch VeVe Magic Stream, where she goes on and she talks about, I forget what it was called, it was one of her earlier ones, where she goes on, she talks about how nobody's able to do the things at Disney that David has done. And they rolled out the red carpet for David. How do you get that? You get that by being an absolute asset to the company. Same thing with Apple. VeVe has made Apple tens of millions of dollars just on the gem sales fees. What's going to happen when Apple has VeVe as an app that you can download on the headset? It's money's going to keep coming in. I mean, when you have one of the highest grossing entertainment apps on there, you don't just shoo them away. You want them to be a part of it. Hey, you did all this on your own. Now with our help, how can we help you? Now again, this is just speculation, but that's what I would do if I were them. I know they're already making money hand over fist on other things, and the headset, I can't believe I'm alive for something like that to exist. Technology is going so fast. Technology is moving so incredibly fast. God, we're gonna make so much money. I remember last time I was in Vegas. I won't go through the whole story, but I thought that I was wearing a headset. I know it's not gonna make sense. I was on Lucy, on a little bit of Lucy, a lot of Lucy, and I saw the future. Everyone's gonna be wearing these headsets, and you're gonna be able to have experiences. There's a couple people already that had worn the headsets, and they said if they didn't know they were wearing headsets, they would not know that they were wearing headsets. This is about to get insane over the next decade, and there's trillions and trillions of dollars going into this, and I can't wait. Anyway, we got to move on as soon as I yeah. Copy that. Okay. All right, moving on here. We got G-Flow says, Randy, you're the man. Oh, thank you, G-Flow. Planet Vampires says, 4chan has created so much internet culture. For me, it started with Boxy's videos. We got a lot of culture. I understand now why Piccolo's race, the Namekians, all they drank was water. That's all you need. You know how the Beatles said all you need is love? I feel like, dehydrated man, all you need is water. Adam D's laughing. The incorrigible Goat Slayer says, back in 82, could have been state champs. Throw a pigskin clear over the mountains. Yeah. Is that a Napoleon Dynamite reference? Yeah, I think so. Flamingo says, Pepe! XJIO says, W, win. Planet Vampire says, if you take life serious at all, 4chan and B probably isn't for you. Shortly after 9/11, a user who I knew from another forum created a gif of Hulk Hogan crushing the World Trade Centers. Yeah, I remember seeing that. Dude, I remember, I wish there was a space that I could talk about some of these hilarious things and not get canceled. Because there's so many things that I want to bring up. There's so many things that I want to go and talk about. And you just can't. It's, someone's going to cancel me. It was why I love 4chan. You can go and you can be wild. Like, you know how everyone has a couple different personalities? Like, all right, you have your personality when you're with your boys, and you're wild and crazy, and it's fun, and it's awesome. And then you have your personality when you're with your girl. It's like, okay, gotta be civilized, gotta not be wild and crazy, and it's fine. And then you have, let's say, like the thing, like when you're with your parents. It's like, okay, when you're with your parents, you have to act a certain way. You can't mention certain things. I feel like when I'm on, especially in a public forum, on like YouTube or on whatever, it's like when you're a kid and you're 13 years old, okay, you're on your parents, okay, can't say these words, can't mention these things, can't mention the things that, I've done or that I want to do. I feel like 4chan is when you're with your boys and anything goes and it doesn't matter and it's just, you're just having a good time. Yeah, moving on. Pixel Pudding says, Randy, you going to be Maestro Hulk tomorrow? I can. So be advised, what I'm buying, I have 1,400 gems right now, and that is not nearly enough. And, I'll work and I'll get, I'll tack onto it, but I need to make this purchase by like June 20, I think right after the solstice. Like 2 days after the solstice, I have to have thousands of gems, and I have to. So I unfortunately cannot get Maestro Hulk. If I see something super undervalued, I'll buy it and flip it for right now. But yeah, we gotta get that bread. Lori Brenner says, "Hey Randy, what's up, Lori? How's it going, fam? Yeah, man." Bill Garner says, "Lori." Bill Garner says, sold another Aether for $285. Still hold an entire set except Secret Rare Eye. Nice, good for you. Paul John says, you support the army, we support you. 4chan to the moon. Well, thank you. Gotta support all of my 4chan military base. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. That's the show. All right, so we did an hour. We had a good time. Had a super chat. We got all the spread. All right. Thank you all for joining. It was a fantastic hour. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Was it good for you? Sorry, that was a Friends reference. Anyway, guys, please comment, like, and subscribe. Need to get a new hat. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Everyone say goodbye to. Oh, another super chat. Disregard. We're not done yet. Not until the super chats are accounted and answered for. It says I got a super chat, but I don't see it on there. Let me go to my. Oh, actually, I got a whole bunch of messages that I didn't go over. I'm sorry. We'll turn that tape back on. Oh, what was that from? Toy Story. When it was like, wait, there's another present, and then like the army guys, oh wait, there's another present. Turn that thing back on. Okay, so we'll do the super chat first. We have Adam D. saying, glad to have you as a 4chan supporter. Oh, why, thank you. Yes, of course. I've been a supporter of 4chan for like 15 years now. I finally get it now. Remember that one episode of Scrubs where Elliot's talking to JD, and whether she says like, JD, any woman, whether she's 19 or 90, still has that 16-year-old girl inside her that's just, like anxious and unsure of herself. And it's like, I feel like, God, what did that say? Glad to have you as 4chan supporter. Yeah, I've been supporting 4chan for 15 years, 17 years, however long it was. I feel like no matter how old you get for guys, you still have that like teenager inside you that's just like, I don't know, always ready to like clown around and like have fun. I don't know. Does anyone else feel like that? Everyone just feel like they just want to like play video. Like I don't know. I feel like at 32 I should be a lot more adulted. I should have like like a kid or two. And I remember this one dinner I was at, my friend Tina's. It was an Easter dinner, and she made it sound like she was gonna be like kind of alone. It's like, oh, all right, I'll go to your dinner. And she had this older couple there. I forget their names. One guy was in the army way back in the day in Nam, and we got along. And the lady was nice. Soon as we sat down for dinner, as soon as we said grace, she touches my arm. Did you know Jesus wants you to have babies? I don't know, ma'am. I'm not. Never have I ever been struck so speechless in my entire life. Maybe the only other time it was. I don't even know if I could say it. I'll answer this super chat and maybe I'll go and say it. Wraithax with a $20 super chat saying thanks for being you. Thank you so much, Wraithax. I love you, man. I talk about you all the time. Always shout out your Wraithax.eth domain name, the king of domain names. Welcome to the Golden VeVe logo club. Welcome to. I know you have the entire VeVe logo set now. Absolutely amazing. Love what you do. Wraithax will be richer than all of us. I think he already is. So the only other time I was really struck, I wasn't even struck speechless. I cursed. I almost got in trouble for cursing. It was in high school. I was like 15. For some reason they make you take a physical for the bowling team. It's like, I feel like you don't need a physical for that. Anyway, there was some kid, you had to pee in a cup at the nurse's office, and there was some kid throwing up in the nurse's office. And I was like, where do I go and do this? She's like, and the nurse she had it up to here with everyone's like crap. She's like, you go down the hall to the, and like, oh, okay, well, I'm freaking sorry. And don't really come down here. Because they had this thing called the EDC wing, whatever. It's where, the kids that were, they were mentally challenged. They had their own wing of the school, so they could, still be at school around other kids, but, just in their own wing. And that was right next to the nurse's office. Like, well, you go down the hall, and I'm like, okay. So I go down the hall. It's about to get very NSFW. Soon as I open the door to the bathroom, all I'm trying to do is go pee in this cup so I get a physical for bowling. Still don't know why you need that. I open the door. There's a kid, not in a stall, not trying to hide behind the door, with his pants around his ankles in the middle of the bathroom, just going at it. And I like fall out the bathroom. I'm like, what the fudge? And then the principal comes she's like right there. She comes up to me like, excuse me, Mr. Chavez, but that isn't right. And I point to the bathroom like, that isn't right. And the bathroom door's still open. This dude has his junk in his hand, and I was just like, and she's like, ah. That was just you can't make that. I honestly can't make that up. Clearly, someone could make that up, but that is probably one of the most hysterical memories I know. Anyway, I don't even know how we got on that. 4chan. Yeah. All right. Anyway, Adam D, give me those thumbs up. Stano says, as Disney goes ham on. Oh no, read that already. Hey Randy, sold it. Oh, nice. Cool Mo says, on the Vision Pro demo, Iger showcased Disney Plus. There's a shop button on the screen. Thinking of clicking on that button and buying Ahsoka Tano lightsabers while watching Ahsoka. Yeah. The Ahsoka series, I'm not 100% sure when that comes out. That'll be sometime next year, right? I can't believe I have to wait so long for another Mandalorian episode. But yeah, you have the Ahsoka series. I cannot wait until everyone meets General Thrawn. everyone's gonna be like, oh, oh yeah, super pumped for it. Yeah, that's definitely gonna be something we'll be able to do at some point. Oh yeah, you're gonna be able to watch Disney Plus on the Apple stuff. That's pretty heckin' wild. Anyway, JTem says we should make a drinking game. Every time Randy says tier 1 love from to drink. Yeah, you could do that. Bill Gardner said I used to say bananas a lot. Like, oh my god, that's bananas, and people would like make a game out of it every time I would say bananas or like girl. They'd take a J. I think there was a drinking game like that. I don't know what happened to it. It was a while ago. I don't know if anyone still plays. Bill Gardner says that's like Disney show of Peter Pan, Tinkerbell is whack, and the Lost Boys have girls with them. Wait, they're not okay. So tired of traditional characters being changed. Just come up with new characters. Yo, Big A's B-Day is this Friday, the 9th. 6-9. Very nice. Happy birthday, Big A. Sergio says Disney 100-year anniversary posters go. Yeah, dude, those went to the moon. I think Mickey's went to like $1,000 yesterday. I was like, oh my god. A lot of Disney stuff went up yesterday. But yeah, that 100-year anniversary. I told y'all. What is Minnie at? I don't know if the posters were, or is it all of them? I want to see what Minnie's at. Because Minnie was at like, I think she was at like $90. And okay, $119. I still think $119 is a little undervalued, but you know. Oh god, hiccups. All right, where am I at here? Pepe. There's this. There's that. Big A says sounds like Al Bundy high school football quote. I know what you're talking about. No, I was like, oh, so 4 touchdowns in a single game. Al Bundy? No, it was different. It was the pigskin and the mountains. I thought it was a different quote. Sleeping Comics says, hey, Randy. Oh, hello, Sleeping. I'm always touting your stuff. I had it on for like the whole show, and then I switched out. Like, so many hats now. When I get that cert, I swear, I'm looking at the Q-tips now. Those Q-tips were not there before. Because I went to use them this morning. I was like, wait a minute. Do I not have any Q-tips anymore? I was like, oh, I gotta go shopping. And I didn't go shopping, and they're there now. Glitch in the Matrix. Anyway. Oh, God. There's a problem with the networks. What? No, there's no problem with the networks. Okay, here we go. We got Adam D. Says, glad to have you as 4chan supporter. Oh, why, thank you so much. And I'm pretty sure that was the last of the... that was the last one. Raytax, thank you for the super chats. Those mean the world. As that super chat kind of dwindles down, I'll go over some of the rest of the news that I missed before. There wasn't a ton left, but we have Token, Vermont, other tokens. There's Pokemon stuff, Guardians. Okay, Trippy. I went over the other stuff. Okay, 557 editions. Okay, we have somebody messaged me before saying it would be very helpful to think deeply about who is the VeVe target demographic. Is it men 35 to 45? I think so. Because we can back up and practically call who is going to buy what from their childhood. Why, for example, is Miles better than Peter Parker Spidey today? And who is coming to collect what and why? I think anime and manga would be one of the biggest plays on here when it arrives. This is our current research focus, but would be a good topic for you to poke maybe. Appreciate you. And I'll go over that. I should go over that in its own video. When talking about licenses, David, Dan, and Al Kahn are going to Vegas this month, and they're gonna, for that license expo. And if you're in Vegas around that time, and you see them talking to people, maybe you could see who they're gonna talk to in the future. Maybe you're gonna see who's gonna come on VeVe in the future. If you see a Funko, if you see a Lego, if you see whoever you see at any of these conferences, they don't have to be American companies. They could be Brazilian. They could be. Do y'all remember when people got mad? I think at like Burger King because like they didn't have their home base like in the U.S. They had it in like Brazil or Canada or whatever. Like, well, it's a Brazilian company. I think they were bought by Pillsbury. I don't know why I went off on this stat. Anyway, it doesn't have to be an American company. Could be Brazil. Could be China. Could be Austrian. Whatever. So, if you want to go, let me know and report back. I'll totally report it for you. Christopher Martin says 47 here. Oh, well, thank you, Christopher Merton. How's it going? Abe says, Guy, I'd love to see Omi at at 7 cents. Yeah, I'd say in 2025, probably get there. I think it's pretty easy to do. I'd be pretty happy. What would I do? I'd probably sell some of me at that point. Probably bring myself down to 150 maybe 135. I don't know. I mean, if it gets super high, the higher it goes, the more I'll sell. Because then the next bear market, you're gonna want to rebuy the dip. So we'll see. But I don't know. For me, I really want to go and try to have as much of this as possible. As not GrumpyCat, yeah, as GrumpyCat goes up, I'll definitely get more Omi. Everyone's gonna want. I can't wait. It's gonna be a little while, but we shall see. Anyway, guys, that'll be it for me. Everyone, please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Where am I? Everyone say bye-bye to Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi. I love you guys. Thank you all for the super chats. I love you. Goodbye. Peace out, Christopher Martin. Bye. Bye, guys. Meow. 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 Wendy. Meow. Bittersweet. Never